Yo, what's up? You know what it is? Hip Hop Mike live from New York, but had to go all the way across the pond to connect with this guy. He's a writer, a producer, musician. I don't want to just say rapper. And but he does do a hell of an American accent. Rapman is in here. What's happening, man?
Yo, what's good, man? What's good, man? Thanks for having me, man. Big up.
Yo, so I've caught up with some of the content. It was kind of new to me. I wasn't like onto this whole, movement that became, I guess it was Shiro's story 1, 2, and 3, and now finally a movie.
Yeah, Blue Story.
I kind of want to talk, to people about, I talk to you about, where this started and how it became a thing for you. Because again, I know you're not just a rapper, you make tons of music as well as like writing and producing. And for me, being in the States, if an artist told me I want to create a song that's 12 minutes long, that's a story, and it's going to be a worldwide phenomenon, I'd say, this never happened before. Are you crazy? So what gave you that idea? And I mean, were you nervous about creating a piece of content that might have went against the grain in a lot of parts of the world?
Nah, not even, because my thing is I'm a storyteller. Like, so all of those things that you say I do all of those. I produce, I direct, I write, I rap. But my main thing is I tell stories, and I use those mediums to tell it, those ways to tell it. So I remember I just grew up on Biggie, Pac, Nas, Jay-Z, and the real storytelling era, back then when stories on albums were crazy, like Give Me the Loot and and Me and My Bitch, and Teardrops and Closed Caskets, and there's just so many that I used to grow up on that I never saw the music videos to, never made videos to. So I remember saying, when I start spitting, man, I'm gonna do storytelling rap just like these guys, but I'm gonna do the visuals. So when I done my first storytelling, one of my first storytelling songs, I done a real big movie like visual to it. So it was like a mini film, and it got good feedback, considering I was very unknown when I done it. And I done part 1, part 2, part 3, and that was the original Blue Story. I put it on YouTube, it done well, and I just carried on in that lane, doing like songs with big film videos with them. So they were like musically narrated short films. So I've done those for years and years, and I always kind of hit a ceiling with them. The people that looked for them, found them, enjoyed them, but it never made me a big star locally or nothing. But I just enjoyed doing it. And then I done one called Shiro's Story, and that one just went off crazy in the UK. Like, that was the one that connected, and I done part 2 and I done part 3, and it literally just went viral all over the UK, and it started reaching to the States, and started reaching all the other countries, and then
well, we gotta slow down. Hold up, because you're giving me a lot of information. I know you're a storyteller. Go back. Shiro's Story is insane, bro. It's insane. I watched it earlier this morning. I watched an interview where you talk about just kind of starting out joking around with the raps, like doing the American accent, kind of like, I wouldn't say not taking it seriously, but like being in crews that were taking it substantially serious and you kind of just having fun with it. How does it evolve into something that's not just a song, but like a story and a motion picture? Because those are a lot of skill sets to pull something like that off. It doesn't just like, today I'm going to shoot a movie and write a story that's, super impactful. Like, is that by coincidence? Was this a grand plan?
You don't think it's going to be impactful. Like, I didn't think it was going to be any more than, because I've got like 50 type of Shiro Story videos on YouTube somewhere. I've done so many stories, and I thought all of them were great. I think they were great, but if the people don't think they're great, they can only go so far. So obviously I started off just rapping in the American accent, because at the time when I started rapping, the in-sound in the UK rap scene wasn't really a big thing at the moment. So while everyone's doing something called garage and MCing in our British accent, I was rapping, trying to sound like Tupac. But I still had rhymes, so I still spit, and I still wanted to do storytelling. So that's when I started doing the storytelling thing. And when I done Shiro's Story, I've done it for an outlet in the UK, so they just want a story song to put on their mix CD. I feel cool. I did it for them, and the mix CD that they was gonna do ended up falling through. So they just said, look, we don't need the song no more. So I had a song on my laptop for like a year or so before I even done anything with it. And I didn't think it was all that. I just figured, you know, it was another Rapman story. So
it wasn't your favorite of all the others, like everything that you had dropped story wise.
It weren't. It weren't. Blue Story was probably my favorite, but I like Shiro's story. So
why did Shiro's story get the investment? Because I know you put your own money up to really spark that off, and then 2 and 3 were kind of just by default because people loved 1 so much. But
yeah,
if you had other ones you believed in, why not put the money behind those?
You know what? When I started, the one that I enjoyed the most was the Blue Story one, but I done that 2013. Like my money was okay. You know, I put in what I could. Like that was my most expensive visual until like the Shower Story one. So I put in what I could. And then when I put on Shower Story, I was doing a bit better, you know, so I put in a little bit more. Plus by those times, I remember you have to think Shower Story being in 2018 and the Blue Story video being in 2013, I got 5 years of experience now. So I know what I'm doing even more. So visually, my Shower Story visual was 10 times better than my Blue Story one because by then I know about lighting, I know about sound, I kind of know how to tell a story visually now. So it was just, I had a lot more experience, so I had a bit more money, so I made that visual look a lot better. And I done part 1 because of popular demand. I ended up doing 2 and 3, and it just after that it all set alight. You know, I got contacted by film companies, television companies, Rock Nation, like everyone came out of the woodworks all over the world interested to see what else I had, you know, what else have I got? So, and I happened to have a feature film script there, which was the feature film script for Blue Story. So when everyone's coming to me, I'm like, well, I've got this script here, you know, I think it's good. You might think different, but I think it's good, and I want to make this into my movie. I want to make the movie of it. And I suppose the rest is history and how the movie's out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever like take a second to really let it sink in? Because I'm sure 2017 Rapman would have had no thoughts in the world that it would be at this level. Where I mean, you've been flown to LA to meet with Jay-Z. I've heard literally the email thread to set up this interview today is like person after person who's reputable and influential. I mean, you've got some of the best people in the world that are supporting, you know, your craft, man.
It's crazy. Nah, it's crazy. When I think about how far I've come, it don't even feel like it's real, man. Like it's just like just a year ago, 2 years ago, I didn't think this was gonna happen for me. I didn't think anything was gonna happen for me. I figured, you know, I'd end up doing a job that I didn't really want to do, but it would pay the bills, and I would still do my creating on the side. So I'll still tell stories, I'll still rap, I'll still make films like on the side, like, you know. So now it's like, I don't know, it's like a dream. It's like a dream life, but at the same time, I can't really enjoy it because I feel like if I enjoy it too much, I'll get complacent, and I've still got so much more I want to do. There's still so much work to be done, man. So right now, I'm happy in the position that I'm in, but I still have so much more to give. You know, there's so much more steps I want to climb. So right now, I'm still working, man. You know, like my movie, it done really well back home, and now it comes out here, over there, so shall I say, in the States, and it's just an exciting time, man. Like it's been a crazy journey, you know. Like I never thought I'd be working with Paramount and Rock Nation, and you know, I never thought these names would ever be connected to my name. So yeah, it's definitely crazy.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. I have to ask you, I saw in an interview that you did, I believe with Capital, that you spoke about, you know, when you first were trying to get the original Shiro story picked up, there was a deal on the table that fell through a few days before. And in this interview, you mentioned how, you know, in the UK, they don't look at it in a way where it's like, we can make this a TV show, you know, a movie, a candy, whatever it might be. But in the US, it's like, they're putting your picture on a mug and trying to sell it. Do you think that's to your advantage or disadvantage?
No, I think with US, I think sometimes US see the bigger picture. I think with the US, I think where it is, because they're so much bigger than we are over here. We're so small compared to the UK, so small compared to the US. They see more, you know, and they're a bit more advanced in creativity, considering it with opportunities. So I think when the US over here, where the UK was seeing Shower Story, for example, as a song that can't play on the radio, so what good can we do with it? I think the US kind of could see it as a song that could become a TV show, you know, a song that could become a movie. And I always thought like that. I always figured my thing was not for the radio, but to be watched as a film, watched as a TV show, you know, watched as some sort of visual entertainment. But because it hadn't been done over here in the UK, it was hard for anyone to pull out money from their pocket to want to invest in that. You know, they just couldn't see it. No one wants to be the first one to make the mistake.
Yeah.
You know, but I think in the US, the difference is they want to be the first ones to give it a try. So, yeah, man, it was a shame. In Shower Story 1, I've done that all independently. And then we got offers from record labels to do the visual for 2. And they pulled out, like, literally, I don't know, a week before we was about to film or something like that. But I said, flip it, I'm just going to do it out of my own pocket anyway. And I've done it out of my own pocket. Sent the trailer back to that same label after it was done to say, hey, look, we done it, here's a trailer for it. They saw the trailer and then put a bid in and, you know, to say, we want to come back now. So, you know, and I don't hold no resentment against them for that. Some people see visions sooner than later, you know, and I think that label kind of clocked onto it a bit later. But either way, you know, it done what it was meant to do, and here I am. No.
Well, it worked for your benefit for sure. And I'll say this, because being on this side of the pond, you know, I look at it with a little bit of a different perspective. And in my opinion, if you were from the US, if you had created a piece of content like that, I don't know if it truly would have been appreciated and received the same way that it is in the UK. Because as somebody who's a fan of both sides music-wise, right? The UK really appreciates the art, the craft. In the US, you'd be surprised that a picture with Jay-Z might do more for you than a well put together visual and this whole put together, you know, like the content itself, the story. So I think it's interesting because you kind of hit both worlds where you have like the genuine appreciation for the art in the UK and in Europe, but in the US, now people see that it's become such a big phenomenon out there. And immediately you're like, oh, this guy knows Jay-Z. This guy is dealing with does that make you nervous at all that maybe people are looking at the content not because they appreciate the art, but because they just are familiar now with Rapman and are like, this is the next guy that's going to be doing stuff?
Nah, I'm not really. Whatever it takes to get the audience into the room, you know, whatever. If you came to the room because like, you saw me with a pic with Jay, or if you come to the room because you love Shower Story, get into the room, and now I'm going to give you a reason to stay. You know, so whatever it takes people to come to join the audience, I've got work for them to make them want to stay and make them appreciate me for real. So I don't mind, man. It is what it is.
I won't take too much more of your time, but traveling to the US for the first time, had you been here before those initial meetings, or because I know it's kind of tough sometimes.
Yeah. I've been to the US a few times, but I just came to party and stuff. Like, I used to come with my boys, and we just used to party, man, and chill out. You know, I never ever came for no work meetings. Like the first time I went to LA, I ended up in like work meetings, but I just went there for parties, you know. But now when I go to America, it's very different. I barely get a chance to do any work. I mean, to do any partying, it's all work. It's all work, you know. So it's all good though, man. I've done my play time, and now it's time to work. You get me? So I don't mind.
That's what happens when you get 1 million views in 5 minutes, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It was done. Yeah, everything's worked out. Everything's worked out, man. I just want everyone over there to take to the movie now, you know. Go watch the Blue Story. It's out now. You can
all platforms.
Yeah, all platforms. So Apple TV, Vudu, you know, Amazon, wherever. You know, go watch it and see. You know, see what the UK saw.
So my last question for you is, why Blue Story? And, you know, where do you go from here? This thing has gotten bigger and bigger. It seems like organically, which is incredible. Now that there's so many elements coming into this, and, you know, I think people are going to challenge you as not just an artist, but a writer, a director. How do you find balance and build off of this?
Well, I'm going to continue on telling bigger stories, man. I want, like, literally for me, as I said, the storytelling is what my heart is for. So whether it's in rap or whether it's in film. So after Blue Story now, I'm about to do, there's a film called The Prophet that was big in France. Okay. I'm doing the American remake. I'm directing an American remake with Paramount Studios. And yeah, we're about to go on that, you know. We're about to, soon as the world's free again from the pandemic, we're about to go on that. I'm about to hit the world again, you know. First Hollywood movie, and it's gonna be crazy, and then we keep on building from there.
It's amazing, man. Well, I really appreciate your time this morning or this evening. I know you're 6 hours ahead over there, right? You guys are on 6 o'clock over there, 5 o'clock?
10 to 5, about 5 o'clock now.
All right. So you get yourself some dinner. Is Nando's doing pickup? That's the American.
Nando's are shut down at the moment. They've opened a few. It's crazy.
Well, it's dope.
I appreciate you for having me, man. It's a bit fun,
love, man.
Big up, man. I'll look you up next time I'm in New York, man.
Yeah, hit me back on the gram. I'm Hip Hop Mike, MIKE.
No,
but hit me anytime, man. Make sure all the fans check out Blue Story is out right now. Go back and watch Shiro's story, part 1, 2, and 3. Sparked off by this incredible guy right here out of his own pocket. So thank you so much, man. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, man. You too, man. Big up, man. Mad love.
Much love.